everybody, J.M. Manion here at the MPC Photo Gym. And here for the first time to do her road to the Olympia is the reigning, defending Fitness Olympia champion,
Missy Truscott.
Missy, so glad you finally made it. I've wanted to get you here for years.
JM, it's been 11 years. I mean, it's crazy. It's so surreal to be here. I got to see your dad, Mr. Manion, this morning. So, yeah, it's been a really awesome trip here to Pittsburgh.
You didn't pay for that VIP portion. How'd you do that?
I'm Miss Fitness Olympia.
Good answer. Yeah, it's funny enough. Until the women's seminar, we actually didn't have each other's phone numbers.
That's correct. Yeah. And then, when you came down to Adela's show, I sponsored that. We connected there too.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I've wanted to get you here for years. And I mean, this year, my goal for this year's Road to the Olympia was to get people that haven't been here before, and especially to get a lot more of the guys coming in, which is, so pretty much I've gotten that done.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and to have as many Olympia champions here. So the other day you saw we had Andrea Shaw and Natalia Coelho here too. Mm-hmm. So it was like Miss Olympia Day.
I love that.
Yeah. And then I have, in a couple weeks, I've got Sid Gillen and Whitney Jones and Jen Dory all on the same day.
Cool.
So I'm trying to make little theme days.
I love that. That's awesome.
All right. So Missy, arguably one of the best posers in fitness, in my opinion, ever. Okay. How did you come about doing that? What was your background?
So my background, physically wise, was I was a gymnast growing up and a cheerleader. But I grew up in a family where my dad was big into bodybuilding, loved Arnold, used to buy Weider supplements, would train with the cement weights in the garage in the basement. So I had a really good leader inspiring me to pursue bodybuilding. And I started lifting when I was 17. So I transitioned from gymnastics and cheer into bodybuilding because it's more of at that time, it's more of you're just doing it yourself, right? Cheerleading, you rely on your team and there's injuries that could happen. And at that point I was I just really want to focus on fitness. I would see Adela Garcia, someone who I really looked up to. I have so much respect for her. And I thought, I can follow in this woman's footsteps. I want to be the next Adela Garcia. So, yeah, and she's a huge mentor and friend now to me. So I'm very blessed for that. Yeah.
I remember the first time I interviewed you was at the Arnold. When I told you I've been a fan of your routines for years, you kind of were looked at me a little bit in shock.
Yeah. One of the best compliments I've ever gotten was from you, JM. The 2020 Olympia, my first year winning, I got off stage and you said to me, Missy, that was the best routine I've ever seen. And I was oh, it just meant so much. So
yeah, I've seen quite a few routines.
Yeah. Yeah. You've been around.
Okay. So speaking of Adela, I love the fact that you're giving back to the sport. So she sponsored Adela's pro contest this year, had the trophy, everything. And that was something we started talking about at the women's workshop, right?
Yeah. So one of the biggest things in bodybuilding for me is I've been able to build a career out of it. I'm thankful to the MPC, IFBB, the Manion family, everyone who supports me. So now I want to be able to give back. So Adela had reached out to me and asked if I would help sponsor the prize money for fitness. And as Miss Fitness Olympia, I thought it was my duty to give back, and I wanted to as well. I love seeing the young girls in fitness come up, really show their talent. We have some heavy hitters now coming into fitness, which I love. And I feel like a lot of them are kind of following in my footsteps with the powerful tumbling, the strength moves, the physiques are there now. And it's very exciting to
me. But do they have your creativity?
Well, I mean, that comes with time. So we'll see. We'll see. But, I've been doing this I've been a pro for 11 years now. So it just takes time, right? Yeah. You got to be committed and dedicated to the process. But I'm very blessed to be a part of the IFBB and MPC. Okay.
So you've done some really awesome routines. How long does it take you to come up with the concept to do it and then implement it with the props and everything else?
Yeah. So for me, it's years in the making. The routine that I'm doing now for Olympia, I thought of 2 years ago with my husband. The props that it takes, the costumes, that's a year in the making. I have companies that make it for me. Yeah, it's a huge process. So I'm always thinking like one step ahead. So, planning for next year's Olympia. Of course, we're focusing on this one, but you have to be fresh in fitness, you have to keep evolving. You can't keep doing the same thing every year because people will notice and the judges notice.
Especially in the digital video age. They can go back and go, oh, she did the same thing again.
Right. 20 years of the same routine. You can't get away with that anymore.
Right.
So that's one cool thing about fitness is you always have to keep evolving. If you look at girls like Sid as well, the figure Miss Olympia, she changes her posing all the time. And, girls kind of flock to that, like her posing style, but she's always changing it. And that's kind of like me with fitness routine.
And let's be honest, again, in my opinion, she's got the best presentation in figure of anybody. If you get mad at me, take some notes.
Yeah, very, very confident. So you just, like any division, it's evolving, it's getting better, more entertaining. So we just have to keep evolving with the sport.
Yeah. Now, you've done some high maneuvers off boxes and ladders and everything. Being that you haven't been on those stages until you get there, do you ever get nervous about that?
Yeah, I think that the nerves is good though, because it's giving you that sense of like to try harder, Of course, we practice like months in advance for the Olympia, for the Arnold.
Not just a couple weeks.
For big shows, right? So it's like we know what our bodies are capable of. I would never do something that I thought I couldn't do, to be safe. I wouldn't risk myself like that. So yeah, I practice.
But the thing is, not every stage is the same. You're going from stages from Columbus to Orlando or Vegas, and you're really not sure what it's going to be until you get there.
Yeah, that's correct. But
you go out and like just test the stage, the stability and stuff like that.
Yeah, the promoters are awesome, especially at Olympia. They give us like 2 hours ahead of the show to warm up and feel the stage, get our tumbling down. They'll turn the lights on as well. So we know like the lights shining in our eyes, where it is on the stage, because all of those things matter. When you're flipping and doing those crazy moves, if you have like strobe lights hitting you in the eyes, you need to know when and where those are. But the Olympia does a fantastic job at prepping us well ahead of time.
Yeah. Okay, so we've mentioned Adela. Whitney has a contest. Is there ever going to be a Missy Truscott championships?
Gosh, I would love to. We should talk about that.
Well, talk about it with that guy that just left. You can do that. Talk to him in Orlando.
Well, Seattle, Washington, where I'm from, it's huge in bodybuilding. We have Ribic Productions. We have the Craigs out there, Brad and Elaine Craig, who are our chair people for that area. So yeah, I would.
I mean, Tangi has a contest.
Tangi does. Yes. Yeah. I would love to,
Yeah. I mean, it's just, that they're Olympia champions too, like you. I mean, everything, that would be a great thing. You could do, start with an amateur show, go to a pro show. And speaking of back to Adela's, how did you design that first place award? How much did that thing weigh?
I want to say it was about like 20 pounds, maybe. It was a little deceiving, but it was massive. And I got the inspiration from Sarah, where she had done her award for Texas.
Sarah Viega, the Women's Physique Olympia champion.
Yes, that's right. So I wanted to do something that was very like personable for fitness. So I did a toe touch where, it's a straddle jump. And, the girls loved it.
With the ponytail up. And
yep, the ponytail up. It was actually a photo of me from Olympia, the first Olympia I won. So in 2020. So it meant a lot.
And how hard was it to ship it down to Austin?
Oh, it was easy. You just throw it in a box and put it on
it in there.
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
Little bubble wrap. Put it on the flight. It was
peanuts in there. Right?
Yeah. It was fine. It was fine.
Yeah, but I didn't know if that was something you ever thought about in the future.
Yeah, no, I would love to. It's something that my husband and I would definitely need his help on it. Because I know running a show takes a lot of time, and you need a lot of help with it. So I would absolutely love to.
Yeah, I mean, I'm seeing so many, and the women's side now have their own contests. Like we were just talking about, I was at Janet Layu's contest, her Pro-Am. So I think it's great that people are like that. The Olympia champions are giving back to the sport.
Yeah. And I would love to do like an amateur show, like you said, and then have pro fitness in it because, as Miss Fitness Olympia, we do not have a lot of fitness shows. And it's because, there's many reasons, but the stages for like a bodybuilding show are typically smaller. So it's harder for promoters to get, I guess, accolades for the fitness girls there. So it's like they go more to the other divisions. Right. But I would really love to have a fitness pro show.
Okay. So now I'm going to jump subjects here. A question that people ask me that I don't know the answer to. People have asked me about this about you. Do you think that Missy would ever jump over and do a figure contest?
Oh, so fitness is my heart. So right now, no, I would not.
Whenever you say you may, after you've got your 8 Olympias in fitness.
Right. Yeah. But so in 2018, I actually qualified for the Olympia in figure on points. I placed second to Natalia Sortero at the Upper Midwest. So, I mean, I've gone against some top dogs, and I've held my ground in figure. But fitness is my heart. I love performing. I would never switch.
There's your answer. I actually had somebody ask me that, one of the other pros that was in here leading up to this. Oh. And I told them who was all coming in. They're like, do you think she would ever go? I'll ask her in the interview. Yeah. But I get asked that a lot.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's like people ask me, would you ever do that like whole Conor McGregor thing? You're Miss Fitness Olympia. Would you ever try to go for Misfigure Olympia? It's tempting, but no.
So you've heard it before?
Yeah, I've heard it before.
Well, the other part is you do so well in the physique round in bikini. That's why.
Yeah.
Fitness. Excuse me.
Yeah. I push that round very hard, the figure, because I love bodybuilding. I love training. And we are marked as like figure competitors. So, I look up to women, Jessica Reyes. She's awesome. I have an amazing posing coach, Kenny Wallach.
He was just here.
Oh yeah. Yeah. He's messaging me. But yeah, so I really love all divisions, but, training is like where it's at for me. I love it. And that's why I think I do really well in the physique round because it just shows, I'm very passionate about bodybuilding.
So to paraphrase, to summarize, you want to wait to get as many fitness Olympias as possible. Then it might be something you might tinker with, right?
Yeah, maybe down the road. Yeah, it's definitely a conversation my husband and I would have to have. But yeah, I'm young, 34. I have 2 Olympia wins, 2 Arnold wins. I mean, I don't have much to prove, so I'm here for it.
The person we keep trying to talk into doing fitness is Ashley Kaltwasser.
Oh, yeah, she's amazing. I love Ashley. She's awesome.
Maybe you can talk her into it.
I'll try to.
I mean, she can do it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. She's amazing at like jumps and tumbling and everything. Yeah. She would be very good.
Yeah. She said she was worried about her physique, but I said, once you started practicing a routine, that's going to come up too.
Oh, totally. Yeah. Her physique is like phenomenal too. Like it'd just be a tweak in posing, but she's super muscular. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And if you've ever seen Ashley's social media, she does all this crazy stuff that would be perfect on a fitness stage.
Definitely. Yeah. She's awesome.
Okay. So we're here in Pittsburgh and you're wearing this shirt. If you don't know, Axon Sledge is a Pittsburgh company. Why it's not black and yellow, I'll take that up with Seth Feroci. But until then, I'll accept the black and white. I'm in the black and yellow today.
Yeah.
So how's everything going? When did you sign with them?
So I've been with Axon Sledge for 2 years now, and I just got to give a huge shout out to John. John is my athlete manager, and he is awesome. Takes such good care of me. Axon Sledge had me actually come out to Pittsburgh here. We've been doing some photo shoots with new products. All American Roughneck is a company I'm also with that is a sister company to Axon Sledge. So we're doing some photo shoots for the clothing, but it's a jam-packed week here, and I'm just super excited because, I'm shredded right now and they can really use me in their photos, promoting the products, and I take them all. So it's like, why not? Are
you going to train with Seth and embarrass him?
Oh, we did a big back day yesterday. That video will be coming out soon. Seth is awesome. I love Seth. I love Axon Sledge. Bob, the owner, Seth, Shane, the owner, Mike, the owner. It's like everyone is just so awesome. And I'm very thankful to be part of the team at Axon Sledge.
Good. Guys, it has to be yellow next time, okay?
We'll get it yellow. And just another quick shout out to two of my sponsors, the Chicken Pound. Thank you so much for everything. You guys are the best meal prep company ever. You make it so easy for me. And also Inspire Brand. I appreciate all the recovery with you guys.
Okay. So besides your sponsors, is there anybody else you want to give a shout out to?
Oh, my husband. Matt, babe, I love you. Thank you so much for always supporting me, believing in my dreams, pushing me to be the best Miss Fitness Olympia there's been. I love you, babe. Thank you.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay. All right. So if you want to see Missy defend her title, win it again, keep pushing to go for that. I always say it's that magic number 8 because so many Olympians have 8. That's kind of like what they, if you think about it. Lee Haney, Ronnie Coleman, Linda Murray, Adela. Yeah. Iris Cowell has 10, so she, of course. But, but to get 8 in any way you can do it is fantastic.
Yeah.
So it's like, that seems to be like everybody's goal.
That's the magic number.
Right. So if you want to see her compete again in the Olympia, get yourself to Orlando. You can also come see Missy at the meet and greet, at the Meet the Olympians, right?
That's correct. Yeah, Thursday night, I will be there. I will have some merch for you guys. So make sure you come and say hi. And if you can't make it to Orlando, make sure you get the pay-per-view. I will be competing on Friday morning, pre-judge round on the expo stage, and then the night show on Friday. So make sure you get that pay-per-view. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, the Saturday night is sold out, but the Friday night is not. So there's still tickets. Yep. All right. So Jay and Manion.
Missy Truscott.
Signing out for NPCNewsOnline.com. We hope to see you in Orlando at the Olympia.